All right, and we have yet another recall for the Ram 1500. As you can see here, it's for the 2023 and 2024 Ram 1500s. I typed in my VIN number in the Mopar website, so mine definitely is affected. But besides that, I've actually experienced the issue multiple times since the purchase of my Ram. Been meaning to make a video about that, but I didn't think it was something that serious. But I guess now's the time to go ahead and make that video, and I will show you an example of what actually happens in the truck. But for now, as you can see, if you want to pause it and read everything, but basically it's the steering column control module. So when you hit the lever, let me show you my hand, you hit the lever to make the turn or the signal, and you go ahead and you make that turn, the lever's supposed to return back in its place automatically. So sometimes it doesn't do that, and you have to physically put the lever back yourself, or if you got the music on, you won't even realize that it hasn't returned and your signal light just stays blinking. So this is like a 50-50 chance it happens. Sometimes it happens more often than not for me. So anyways, I called my Ram dealership just now, and I mentioned this to them, and they said, well, we're gonna have to let me turn you guys around here. All right, there you go. So, yeah, I called my Ram dealership, and they basically told me, well, we first have to inspect the vehicle and make sure that it has the issue. If it doesn't, then you're good to go. And I was like, well, before that, then they said, well, and then we're going to have to make another appointment once we got the parts that we ordered. And I was like, well, what if I already know for sure that I have that issue? And they said, it doesn't matter. We have to do the inspection. Then we have to order the parts, and you're going to have to come in again. And I was like, well, I get out at 4:30, and that's around the time you guys start taking in your last customers, if you will. Can I just go ahead and make an appointment? And they were like, no, it's better if you just go through the express lane for that issue. I'm like, Jesus, okay. So yeah, basically I have to go in on Saturday just to have the vehicle inspected for something that I know for sure it has. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of my Ram dealership. I don't know if that's all Ram dealerships or all Stellantis dealerships it's like that. But, it's a recall. I know it has the issue. Why can't we just do it all in one appointment? Also, why don't you have those parts in stock? It's a recall. A lot of people are going through the same issue, so why wouldn't those parts be in stock? That doesn't make any kind of sense to me. So yeah, all right guys, so let me go ahead and go in the truck and let you see exactly what happens when I try to make specifically a left turn. All right, let's go. All right guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn on my signal light here. As you can see, once this light turns green, I'll go ahead and make the turn, and it should do exactly what I mentioned previously. All right, here we go. And there it is. And you could hear the click, but it just doesn't go back the way it should. So now it's just blinking, and whoever's behind me is gonna think that at any moment I'm gonna make a turn, which is not the case. So that's what they're mentioning in the recall. So I have to manually, with one hand here, put it back the way it should. So yeah, that's a problem. Something I kind of hated. Not too much to make a big deal where it's like, oh my God, I hate the Ram now because of that little issue right there. Because I knew eventually they were going to fix it. Coincidentally enough, that recall came out, and I just so happened to see it. And I figured, hey, I guess now is the time to go ahead and correct the issue. I already have an appointment made. I did get a call back from Ram, and they said that they're going to go ahead and order the part for me. All right, so we are at the Ram dealership in the service area. And one thing I do miss about Toyota service is everything was very simple. Here, every time I come here, there's always some kind of mix-up. For example, you have the express lane right there to the right, then you have lane 2 and 1. So I made an appointment, like I said, I have a 7:30 appointment. It's like 7:40 right now. I've been here since 7:15, and I stood right past where that door is open, that Ram door. There's like a area where the service advisors are, and they were attending to these customers that are in front of me here, one by one, vehicle by vehicle. Instead of, you know, attending to me that I'm standing there, they walk right past me, and then they just come over here and attend to the customers. So now I'm confused. I'm like, well, I made an appointment, so, you know, am I standing over here, or am I just waiting in my truck waiting to be, you know, taken care of? I'm pretty sure not everybody in this express lane, both in front of me and behind me there, I'm pretty sure not everybody here made an appointment, especially not for 7:30 or before that. So I just don't really understand that. What's the point of making an appointment if everyone just needs to get into this express lane and just wait to be attended to? Now, a lot of people are probably coming here for something simple like an oil change. Meanwhile, you know, I have recall work to be done. So I feel I should be taken care of because I made an appointment. You want to get started on schedule to replace this part here. I don't know. It's just weird. I'm not impressed, and I never have been impressed with this service at any Ram dealership I've been to. All right, guys. So let me tell you about what happened. Finally, they started working on my truck. So it's crazy because they finally take my truck in, right? And they said that they have to do this this test to see if my I guess whatever you call that part, the part that you the module, whatnot, that you use to put the signal light on, right? So they said they had to test it to see if I even have the issue. Not even 15 minutes goes by, I see them drive my truck out of the garage. So I walk up and I say, hey, is my truck done? Because I see it parked outside, out front. And they were like, yeah, it's done. Let me get your paperwork ready. And then he says, do you have any questions? And I was like, yeah, did you guys install a part? Like, what did you guys do? And he was like, no, you don't need it. You didn't need it. So I was like, no, I do need it. I definitely need it. And he called the tech that, you know, tested the truck. And I was explaining to both him and the tech that, yeah, you know, I do need it. When I make left turns, the lever gets stuck. Once I put the steering wheel straight again, it doesn't go back in its place. And then another tech, I guess, overheard me, and he was like, you know what, let me go. And then he was like, let me go test it with you. So a new tech went with me, and I explained to him, you know, it's a 50-50 chance, and it's only when making left turns. And he was like, okay. So he's explaining to me how they do the test. They do something with the high beams, and then they hit the lever to either left or right, and they let it hold on. All right, my bad, guys. I had to stop the video. There was people arguing and screaming over here. Apparently there was a homeless guy sitting inside one of the vehicles here at the Ram dealership. Yeah, that's the kind of stuff that happens here. Anyway, like I was saying, right in front of me, he does the little testing, and boom, it happens. And he was like, yeah, you do have the issue. So we had to go back to my service advisor, and that's where we're at right now. Now they're going to go ahead and replace the part. So very unnecessary. None of that needed to happen. And then get this, the first tech that checked the vehicle actually had the nerve to tell me, hey, listen, you know, since it didn't, you know, show that it had the issue, if you feel like you still need to replace it or whatever, it's a real quick part to replace, and you can go ahead and buy it and then replace it yourself. Basically telling me to replace it myself when it's a freaking recall. So once again, completely unacceptable, Ram. All right, guys, long story short, I'm now ready. This is the new part, and here we go. And there it is. It works as it should. All right, let's give you one more example. I know I've been blabbing in this video a lot. So here we go. Hitting the signal light. Making a left turn. Here we go. And there it is. Perfect. Definitely happy with the results, even though it took dang near 4 hours from start to finish from my arrival at the dealership. But you know what? I'm happy now. And on that note, guys, this was the recall for the steering wheel column signal light shifter. I don't know why I can't remember the darn thing, but I'll put it in the bottom here of the screen so you know exactly what it is. But yeah, as always, guys, stay safe out there. God bless, and I will catch you guys later.